Self-reflection of construction knowledge from year 2014 to 2017. First is this electrical box on floor, which is normally using for the laboratory or high-end office buildings. All the electrical cables are concealed in the floor, then cast with concrete to ensure the durability and stability. It's different from raised floor because raised floor is meant for light duty because it's on individual pedestal. Well, if the machinery or the equipment too heavy, you have to lay it flat on ground. So all the SOB box has to be concealed within the screeding floor. Otherwise, it will be popping out and will be obstruction to the user. Also, you can see that there is a lot drop down power point from the ceiling downwards, which is for the up-hung power point, data point, lighting, and so on and so forth. Next one is refill tube. Refill tube is normally a construction rubbish disposal area. So the rubbish can be thrown down. You following this kind of red color tube. It's similar like the children play the slides, but this one is vertically go down. We throw the rubbish into the hopper, then it will be travel all the way down to the ground floor. All the different floors have to do their own support to co-share the loading of the refill tube plus the additional loading imposed during the skin friction when the rubbish is traveling down to the lower floor. Recently, this kind of the method is less using because it's a bit risky when it's give way, so the rubbish may be overshoot and go to outside of the facade. Column wrap. Column wrap happens when the concrete test tube fails, which means that the concrete strength doesn't achieve the desired strength, yet the upper floor is completed and cannot afford to hack off and recast. So this is the way the product is come from the C-cup and wrapping around with a high tension fiber. This kind of practice also being used at the Singapore HDB projects. Singapore HDB always at the ground floor is void deck and is being supported by the individual columns. Along the years, so this kind of column strength is being compromised by weathering as well as the aging. So HDB has rolled out a lot of the upgrading by wrapping the ground floor columns, use this kind of fiber wrap. After that, will be protected with another 20 mm of the plastering. Fuel down. Fuel down is an emergency usage because normally the power is drawing from the power grid. In the event that the power grid power is not supplying to the unit or not sufficient, this fuel down will be power up the genset, and the genset will generate the power to supply to the buildings. A lot of the buildings have the fuel down, which is at least to power up the essential equipment or essential services. But for hotels, the power generated must be sufficient for all the guest room as well as the lobby. For data center, also the power must be generated enough for all the servers to be online. Well, for office building is only needed to generate the power up to the lift and the emergency exit. Stick system of facade. The beauty of the stick system of the facade is you can using all round external scaffold. Then you install the bracket, transom, mullion, everything put up. Then after everything in order, we can dismantle the scaffold layer by layer down or from any floor at our own preference. So the different from the unit logistic unit tile system, this one cost is cheaper as well as more ideal for the logistic difficulty handling area. This photo is in the Myanmar Plaza. High void with scaffold. Always I don't like high void because it needs high scaffold. Especially if you are high in the air, you have a difficulty to reach with MEWP. Even though after finish it will be very useful, but still I strongly discourage this kind of the high void with sunsheet or whatever. Cargo netting for the hoisting is a simple and easy way to hoist some material with additional protection layer. Scaffold is a useful item to enable us to reach to the high area when there is no availability of the MEWP. This is not a good practice, but just to show you that how the system can be worked. Timber can be used to support the concrete pipe. Well, in Singapore, the system is very strict, but in overseas, it can be very late.